Hello, lovely souls. Rebecca Zung here, and today's topic is near and dear to my heart. What is a sign that a narcissist is just beyond redemption? There's just nothing that you can do. It's time for you to go. As an attorney, I've had many people come to me and say, should I stay or should I go? And most of the time, I say to them, that is something that you have to come to the conclusion about. But in this video, we're going to talk about when is it time to just know that that narcissist is just beyond redemption. You're going to want to stay all the way till the end because we're going to have this conversation today. This is a really serious topic that you need to know about. I am your trusted guide here in high conflict resolution, high conflict relationships, high conflict communication. If you're new here, welcome. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell. I am wanting you to make sure that you are empowered. Make sure that you have all the tools that you need to become the best version of yourself, because it's time for you to find your power, to be authentically so free, because then you can turn around and actually really know what your mission is, really know what your purpose is, really know what your soul is here for on this planet. There's a quote by Rumi that says, the wound is the place that the light enters you. And that means that your pain becomes your purpose. And that's what we're going to be talking about all the time. Once you really know what your pain is for. I know it doesn't seem like it's for a purpose all the time, but I guarantee you that it is. For one thing, I want to say to you is that narcissist beyond redemption. The thing I really want you to understand is that part of the thing I don't want you to focus on so much is what's going on with that narcissist. Yeah, it's important to know, should you stay in a relationship? What's happening with them? Maybe they could be saved, maybe they can't. But the most important thing that you really need to be worrying about and focused on is you and saving yourself. I mean, should that oxygen mask be put on yourself first? Yes. And I'm going to make that point again here in a moment. Okay, let's talk about whether or not that narcissist can be saved. Is there any redemption in there? And I get that. I get that if you are an empath. I get that if you've been in a relationship with them for a long time. I get that if maybe it's your mom, it's your dad, it's your sister, it's your brother, it's your kid, or maybe it's just somebody that you love and you just want to see, is this somebody who can be saved? So here's the thing that you need to understand, that narcissism is something that happens to a person as a result of trauma. It's something that's going on within their brain. It happened during childhood as a result of trauma. While you can sit around and go, you need to change and you need to do this and you need to do that, a lot of times it is subconscious. It is happening within the limbic system part of their brain as a result of trauma that happened during the formation of their brain. Because when they were a child, they were exposed to something that happened on a continuous basis, and cortisol and adrenaline were abounding in their brain because of the fight or flight stress response. And as a result, there was arrested development in that limbic system, in that emotional center part of their brain. While narcissism is a spectrum, and narcissistic personality disorder is a full-blown disorder, it is an actual disorder. There is a spectrum, right? So people could have narcissistic traits or tendencies. It causes a lack of empathy because all they can see is themselves. They're like basically 2-year-olds having tantrums. When they don't get what they want, that limbic system becomes activated again, and that part of their brain takes over. And now that's all that is they can see. While they do know what they're doing, they don't necessarily know what they're doing. It's because that's their way of being. It's how they know how to be in the world. It's their survival mechanism. They have a need for admiration. They have a need to manipulate. It's how they show up in the world. Just like if somebody happens to be on the autism spectrum, that's how they show up in the world. Or if somebody happens to have diabetes, that's what's going on in their body. You have to understand that that's what's going on with them. Yeah, maybe they can reprogram their network of neurons, sure, but they really got to want to. By its very nature, it's not the type of personality disorder that is the type that goes, I want to take responsibility for myself and my actions, so let me change. You have to be the one who can take responsibility for yourself and take care of yourself. I hope I'm making sense to you. And if you're understanding me, I want you to say, I understand in the comments below. I understand in the comments below. It's hard enough to change ourselves. It's hard enough to take care of ourselves. It's hard enough to rewire our own brains. I always say I can never leave my thoughts unsupervised, and that the very first negotiation that we have to do is in the morning with our own minds for our own self-worth, let alone try to reach in and make somebody else change. That's really tough. Expecting somebody else to change and sitting around waiting for somebody else to change is really hard. What's the sign that they're beyond redemption? They're not looking to change. They're getting worse. They are beyond interested in changing. Their behavior is actually degrading. They're actually keeping less promises than they ever have in the past. They're actually showing up for you less than they ever have. Now you know for sure there's no way that you're getting anything that you wanted from this person. So it's time for you to move on. You have to look at the evidence and reality of what's actually happening and put those boundaries down and say to yourself, I know that I'm worth more than this. You can't move the goalpost for yourself and go, well, maybe this time, well, maybe that, well, maybe this. Don't do that for yourself. It's time. And if you need phrases for disarming narcissists to help you, go to disarmthenarc.com. Get phrases for disarming narcissists. They will help you to start putting down those boundaries, start seeing them as that 2-year-old having that tantrum on the floor, so that you can start to be able to know what to say to them and show up the way that you need to in a strong way. Disarmthenarc.com. Join my free private Facebook group. That will help you as well. Start to gather yourself and become the person that you were put on this planet to be. As they're degrading, as they're getting worse, as they are starting to treat you more and more poorly, it's not going to get better. And the stronger that you become, the more that you become your authentic self, the worse they're going to be. And you need to be your whole self. That's what you were meant to do. You can't make yourself smaller so that they feel bigger. They're never going to feel big enough. It's never going to be enough. It's a black hole that can never be filled. It's time for you to shine your star and become who you were meant to be. If you know somebody who needs to see this as well, make sure that you like this video. Make sure you share this video so that they can be helped by it as well. If you also want to share your thoughts, I'd love to see them in the comments, and share your insights below. And the next video that I want you to watch are strategies for self-care when coping with narcissists. I think it's really important that you have that self-care when you're coping with narcissists. And if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, make sure that you do that now. Subscribe, hit that notification bell. Remember that today's a great day to start negotiating your best life. I am so happy that you're here. I'm so happy that you're part of our community. And remember, they only win if you give it. You don't need to do that because we're right here for you. And I will see you in that next video. That's the sound of customers rushing to your store. Do you have a point of sale system that you can trust, or is it a POS? Do you need a Shopify store for your retail? Shopify helps you be that command center for your retail store. From accepting payments to managing inventory, Shopify has everything you need to sell as if you're in person. With Shopify, you get that powerhouse selling partner that effortlessly unites your in person and online sales into one source. Track every sale across your business in one place and know exactly what's in stock. I use it myself. Connect with customers in line and online, just like I do. Shopify helps you drive your store traffic with plug and play tools built from marketing to TikTok to Instagram and beyond. Get hardware that fits your business, and you take your payments by smartphone and transform your tablet into a point of sale system. Or use Shopify's POS Go mobile for a battle tested solution. Plus, Shopify's award-winning help is there for you. They have a support system that's there to help you, there to help your customers every step of the way. So do retail right with Shopify. Sign up for $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/bestlife, all lowercase, and go to shopify.com Best Life to take your retail business to the next level today. Shopify.com/best life.